And here we are, this is the fourth round of the 1988 Formulalympics season, and we head over to Spa-Francorchamps. So after missing the 1984 season, we have brought this track back. And of course, going into this race, Nigel Mansell lead the way by 15 points over joint second place Gerhard Berger and Bernd Schneider, with the United Kingdom leading the way in the nation's table, Spain is second, and Austria currently sitting third. So here is the pre-qualifying list before we get to our first group pre-qualifying season. Who's going to win this race? Who's going to take the lead of the Drivers' and Nations Championships? Let's get to the first pre-qualifying session, and we will kick things off right now. And here we go. It's our first pre-qualifying group for the race here at Spa-Francorchamps. Now, as you could probably tell, in this session, Dick Johnson for Australia will be making his debut after a very, very disappointing performance from John Bowe at the previous round in Spain. And so we've got Luis Perez-Sala out to do his outlap. We've got one of the Argentines right behind it. That'll be Jorge Recalde. So this will be interesting. They're both going to push at the same time to try and set the benchmark time. But it looks like the Argentine of Recalde might find his way past Luis Perez-Sala. And if that's the case, we'll go on board with him to see what the benchmark time will be. And here comes Luis Perez-Sala, the last chicane to make its way across the finish line. What is Luis Perez-Sala's time going to be? The time is 1:48.6. That sounds like a pretty good time. Recalde 1:49.0. And who's going to come across the line to try and beat Luis Perez-Sala? It's John Jones of Canada with a 1:48.3, 3/10 faster than the Spaniards. But of course, it doesn't matter if you're fastest or not. It's all about making the top 10. Timo Salonen is slowest of the most, 1:49.026, so 4,000 slower than Recalde. There's Dick Johnson, the man on his debut. 1:50.8 is his time. As it said, could be in danger going out. Sarah van der Merwe is 6th. Stig Blomqvist 3rd for Sweden in this group. But John Jones is still the fastest in this group so far. We've got Mike Kirkland of Kenya on his return after being injured during the first round in West Germany after a huge kerfuffle in the pit lane. But he's in 4th. He's ahead of Stefan Johansson of Sweden. We got the other Kenyan of Ian Duncan in 8th position, 1:49.9. So as it stands, Dick Johnson is now in the bubble. He's in danger of probably failing to pre-qualify. And I say that Antoine Salomon of Switzerland has just gone and pushed Dick Johnson in the danger zone. Sarah van der Merwe is now in the bubble. He is 8/10 of a second slower than the next fastest man on this track, which is Ian Duncan with a 1:49.9. As we've got two drivers still yet to make their way across the finish line. And I say that Jose Celsi of Chile has gone into second. So Sarah van der Merwe is now in danger of going out. Ian Duncan is in the bubble now. He might be in danger of going out as well. We've got 4.5 minutes left of this session to go. Here's the slowest man on the track so far. Dick Johnson, 1.8 seconds down on the second sector. And so waiting for I'm pretty sure it's Neil Krang that's Neil Krang's made it across the finish line, but he has gone slow. He is in 11th, so he's in danger of going out. John Jones improves his time. He extends his lead in this group. So we're going to go about 2 minutes left of the session to go. John Jones in the pits, Jose Celsi in the pits, but I think they're both comfortably through to group qualify. Mary's going to the pits. 2 minutes left of the session. I think Mary is amidst defeat here. So I think Sarah van der Merwe will be going out. It looks like the two Australians are going to be going with them as well. Neil Krang, well, he's in a bit of a tussle with Stig Blomqvist. That's not going to do Krang any favours here. It's being a tussle with the Swedes. Dick Johnson, he's all alone, but I don't think Dick Johnson is going to be able to pull himself out of last position, let alone top 10. Sector 1, he's 7/10 of a second down. He's going to have to really push these last two sectors if he wants to get a chance to get into group qualifying. But I have a feeling he is not going to be able to do it. So I think it's going to be both Australians and Sarah van der Merwe that are going to be eliminated in this group. Okay, Neil Krang going down sector 2. Got 1 minute left of the session to go. Well, Neil Krang is way off the pace, 3 seconds down. He's not quite considerably slower than Dick Johnson's fastest time here. As here comes Dick Johnson in sector 2. What's his time going to be like? Is he going to be within striking distance, or is he going to be so far behind? 1.9. Okay, he is. Okay, so it's a position where even if he gets the fastest time, he will not. No, not the fastest time. Even if he gets his best time here, he'll be nowhere near close enough to beat Ian Duncan. So I think it's fair to say it's going to be all over for Dick Johnson. It's got almost everyone's in the pits to end the session early. The only other 2 drivers are out are Timo Salonen and Stig Blomqvist, but they're both through to group qualifying. That's Dick Johnson in the pits. So that crash confirms that it's going to be Dick Johnson, Sal van der Merwe and Neil Krang that are out of pre-qualifying. So Timo Salonen and Stig Blomqvist, so the only 2 drivers on the track, they're 4th and 9th respectively. They are through to the group qualifying sessions. And there you go. So just to confirm it, John Jones has won this pre-qualifying group. Jose Celsi 2nd for Chile, Louis Peresala 3rd, Stig Blomqvist 4th, Mike Kirkland takes 5th, Antoine Salomon is 6th, Stephanie Hansen 7th, Ricciardi takes 8th, Salomon 9th, and the final spot going to Ian Duncan of Kenya as we say goodbye to the 2 Australians and Sal van der Merwe. So without further ado, let's get into the second pre-qualifying group and see who will be the other 10 drivers to make it to group qualifying. And here we go, here is the second pre-qualifying group. As you can see, we've got 13 drivers in this group. That's because Jan Lammers has come out of his suspension. As we've got Carlos Sainz going out to the pits first. He's going to try to set a benchmark like his teammate did in the first pre-qualifying group. Of course, Spain will be wanting to redeem themselves after a disappointing double DNQ at their home race at the previous round in Jerez. With 6.5 minutes left of the session to go, anything dramatic can happen for sure. And here comes Carlos Sainz coming to the last corner. And the benchmark time from Carlos Sainz is going to be a 1 minute 47.5. That's a really fast time now, quite considerably faster than John Jones in the first pre-qualifying group. What about the other 2 drivers that are tussling each other? You've got Jiro Yanayama 149.4 and Ari Lundek 151.4. Oh man, Ari Lundek has really struggled here against Yanayama. And we've got Ari Vatanen with a 150.3. So as it stands, Yanayama, Vatanen and Lundek are the 3 slowest that have completed a flying lap. I've got other drivers coming in. You got Joaquim Santos of Portugal 150.3. Now you got Elisa Salazar. Hideki Okada goes into second 147.7. El Salazar 149.3. Oscar Laruri Argentina 150.8. So Santiago, no Joaquim Santos, sorry, Laruri and Lundek all in danger of elimination. But of course we've still got 5 drivers yet to get a flying lap in. And we've got Jan Lammers on his return in third, 149.7, 2.4 seconds faster than his teammates who are still at the bottom of the board. 4 drivers left to submit their flying lap times. And we've got George Foshi, 148.5 going into third. And right behind him, Bernard Santal of Switzerland going into fourth. Ari Lundek, 2.6 seconds. Okay, well, Jan Lammers having a really bad time here. Oscar Laruri in the bubble, in danger of going out as 2 drivers are yet to submit their times. And one of them is Ludwig Heinrich of Canada going into third with a 148.4. And the last driver to make his way through the line, he's going to be there. Where's the last driver? He's going to be here somewhere. Lundek improved his time slightly, stays bottom. Ah, there he is. Rufino Fontes, 150.8. I was wondering where he disappeared to. So as it stands, Ari Lundek, Oscar Laruri, and Rufino Fontes all in danger of elimination. But it would also mean, as it stands right now, it would be the first time Portugal got 1 driver out of the pre-qualifying session and into group qualifying. Everyone else is on the track. They're all pretty much guaranteed to go through to group qualifying, so they could just all chill in the pits, or they could try and beat Carlos Sainz's time of 1:47.5. But I highly doubt anyone's going to come close. They're trying to beat them. We've got a couple going out to set a couple of try to set one more flying lap to see if they can beat it. Yeah, Fontes is well and truly out for sure. Oh, Carlos Sainz is right behind him. So we've got Jan Lammers and Euro Yaniyama. They're going to try and see if they can beat Sainz's time. 1:49. They're currently 6th and 8th on the board. And we've got another driver out to do a flying lap. See if they can beat Sainz's time. Jan Lammers 2/10 down. Yaniyama 1/10 down. Okay, so pretty feisty start there for them. Carlos Sainz, he's stuck behind Fontes, so Fontes is pretty much killing all his momentum already, so he's not going to improve his time. But it doesn't matter because Sainz is through, so no matter what happens here. We've got Ellis Salazar, he's out to try and see if he can beat Sainz's time as well. 7/10 down, okay, so he's way off the pace there. So Salazar definitely not going to catch Sainz here. What about Jan Lammers? What is he going to be able to do here? Going down to the second sector. He is going to be way off the pace. 1 second off. Okay, so I think it's fair to say Carlos Sainz's first position is well and truly secure. Unless Salazar comes up with something incredible in the second sector. But I don't think it's going to happen, but it won't matter for him because he's going into the group qualifying anyway. No, he's way off the pace. Yaniyama's in the pits. Jan Lammers going to finish his time. Doesn't beat, he stays in 6th. Not able to beat his time. Salazar 1:49.3 is his best time. Could he at least beat Jan Lammers and go into the top 6 in this group? That would be amazing if he did. Going to the chicane, he's going to come into the pits. Okay, so he's not going to finish his time, but it doesn't matter because that's him through. Carlos Sainz going across the finish line, won't be anywhere near his fastest time. So I imagine it's to do with if I had to get past Fontes. And that is going to be the end of the second pre-qualifying session. And here we go for confirmation. Carlos Sainz has won the second group with Hideki Okada in second, Lando Kaimer is third, George Forshi takes fourth, Bernard Santel is fifth, Jan Lammers sixth, Elsa Salazar seventh, Yaniyama 8th, Arivata 9th, and Joaquim Santos for the first time a Portuguese driver is going to make it to the group qualifying session, which means they say goodbye to Fontes, Laruri and Lewandijk. So with that session out of the way, let's move on to the first group qualifying session to see who will be the first 11 drivers to make it to the race. And here we are, here is the first group qualifying session as we have got Jochen Mass of West Germany eager to get out there and set a benchmark time. He goes right on the track for this first 12-minute session to see who will be the first 11 drivers to make it to the race. So we just missed Jochen Mass's flying lap, but it looks like Jochen Mass was slower on his flying lap than his out lap, interestingly. Mike Kirkland second with 1:49.1. We've got Apostolo of Greece with a 1:49.3. 1,000 faster than Jan Lammers. Nelson Piquet goes fastest, 1:48.2. So try to keep up. So we've got Bobby Rahal of the United States 7th, his teammate here at 8th. Bernard Santal of Switzerland going into 9th with a 1:50.4. And going into 3rd there is now Nigel Mansell with a 1:48.7. So a really quick time there from the Brit, especially when they're the team that's leading the way. Of course, Nigel Mansell is also a championship leader by 15 points over joint second of Berger and Bernd Schneider. So a good result here would definitely help him try and increase his lead over the rest of the competition. As we go across the line, that is Jose Celsi of Chile putting Bernard Santal in the bubble. And I say that Derek Daly goes into 4th for Ireland. That pushes the Swissman down in the danger zone. As we've got other drivers coming in to finish their lap time. That's Stig Blomqvist going in 13th. Ludwig Heinrich of Canada going into 2nd behind Nelson Piquet. Timo Salen going into 5th for Finland. I see that Alain Prost goes into 1st, just ahead of Philippe Streiff, his teammate. So we've got both French drivers 1st and 2nd in this group. And that's John Jones of Canada going into 7th, which pushes Mike Kirkland in the bubble. Kostas Loss of Greece going into 19th position. His teammate Apostolo also in danger in 13th place. And now Pierre Dodon of Belgium, his home race, going into 9th. We've got one driver left to set a flying lap time. And that is Ari Vatanen, who goes slowest, 150.9. And so it's Prost leading. Philippe Streiff in 2nd. Bobby Rahal jumping into 7th for the United States. That pushes Derek Daly in danger for Ireland. So Piquet is 3rd, Ludwig Heinrich 4th, Joachim Mass in the pits in 5th, Championship leader Nigel Mansell in 6th, 7th Bobby Rahal, John Jones 8th for Canada, Timo Salen 9th for Finland, Pierre Dodon in 10th, and Luis Perez-Sala of Spain in the bubble at the moment in 11th, as Nigel Mansell improves his time, but he does stay in 6th position. The gap between 1st and the bubble is 1.2 seconds, but it's only a tenth of a second separating 12th and 11th and 12th between Luis Perez-Sala and Derek Daly. There's Luis Perez-Sala being chased by Alain Prost, the current the fastest man on in this group so far. Now, are we going to see anyone flying up the board? We got Jose Celsi's previous time. He goes ahead of Achiever, but Celsi is only down in 17th, so not going to be enough for him to get into the top 11. Not yet, not at this stage anyway. Kostas going to the line, doesn't improve his time. There's Achiever in the first sector. He goes faster than Prost, but he's got traffic ahead of him. That's going to slow him down quite considerably. Oh no, this is Achiever's chance to get in the top 11, and he's blocked off by the Swissman. That's not helpful for him any way, shape or form. Oh man, that's really going to be infuriating. This we got Ivan Capelli for Ellie down in 14th. Like he's on his outlap at the moment. There's Derek Daly also on an outlap. Let's check back on Achiever. Still in sector 2. He's really in a world of hurt right now, being slowed down by the slower drivers on the track. So he was fastest in the first sector, but all his potential of getting in the top 11 completely destroyed, absolutely obliterated. And here comes Derek Daly to start his flying lap. See if he can try and get past the Spaniard back into the top 11 and push Luis Perez-Sala in danger of going out, as we have less than 2 minutes left of the session to go. For a lot of these drivers, that would only mean only one more lap possible. As I understand, I think Kirkland and Celsi are well and truly out. I don't think they will be able to go out and complete an outlap in time. So I think it's fair to say Kirkland, Celsi and Blomqvist are going to be out. Derek Daly 3/10 down in sector 1. That seems to be a decent start for the Irishman, but can he convert that into a top 11 spot? It's definitely going to be interesting to see if he is able to do it. We've got 1 minute left of the session left to go, so Derek Daly may, if he wanted, have one more go if he needed. As we got some drivers coming around the last corner, see if they can improve their time, or are they going to pit and end their session? Well, one of them is. Who is that? That's Ari Vatanen. So Vatanen is pretty much out. He's not going to make it into the race. And it's Derek Daly, sector 2. What's the gap between him and Prost now? Only 7/10 of a second. Oh, I think Derek Daly could be in a good position to get into the top 11. I think Luis Perez-Sala, he's in the pit, so if he gets past Luis Perez-Sala, that is the Spaniard out. I got someone across the finish line. Ivan Capelli, he improves his time, but he goes into 13th. He goes ahead of Kirkland, but it's not enough for him to get the top 11. Here comes Derek Daly to come across the finish line. Is he going to make it into the top 11? And he does. He goes into 7th. He pushes Luis Perez-Sala out in the danger zone. So that is the end of Luis Perez-Sala. Now Pierre Dodon is in the bubble now. I understand he will make it to the race. I understand this at the moment, but can he survive long enough to... Okay, so in the pits now, he's going to rely on luck. A Cheever has improved his time, but he only gets 15, so that's A Cheever out. What about Ivan Capelli though? Can he catch Dodone out? So across the finish line, he did not improve their time, so that could be the end of whoever that was that went across the line. Constantino Apostolo, he's definitely out. Jan Lammers, I think Lammers is literally out, and so is Santal, so it's really going to come down to Capelli, I imagine. What can Ivan Capelli do here? I don't think he's going to be fast enough to catch Dodone out, get Dodone out of the top 11 spot. 1.2 seconds down. Okay, 1.2. Oh, okay. I think it's going to be pretty tight between him, Louis Persal, and Dodone. But is Capelli going to be able to get into the race for Italy? It's going to be very, very close. That's all I can tell. Because Capelli, he's going to try and finish this lap. Is it going to be enough? Is he going to make it to the top 11? No, he doesn't improve his time, so that is Ivan Capelli out. That is the end of Ivan Capelli's session. We've got apparently only one person still yet to finish. Okay, that's Derek Daly that's going to pits, but Derek Daly did make it through, so he'll be very, very happy for himself and for Ireland. Okay. So that was a pretty intense ending to the session here. So Alan Prost wins the first qualifying group, Streif takes second, Nelson Piquet goes into third, Ludwig Heiber takes fourth, Joachim Mass is fifth, Nigel Mansell sixth, Derek Daly seventh, eighth is Boy Rahal, John Jones ninth for Canada, Timo Salles in 10th, and Pierre Dodone takes the last spot in the first qualifying group, which means we say bye to Louis Persala, Ivan Capelli, Mike Kirkland, A. Cheever, Constantinos Apostolo, Jan Lammers, Jose Celsi, Kostas Loss, Blomqvist, Santal, and Ari Vatanen. So with that very, very exciting first group out of the way, let's move over to the second group qualifying. And here we go with our second qualifying group. So let's see who will make it to the other 11 spots in this race. As we've got a couple of drivers already eager to get out to set the benchmark. We've got Derek Warwick as one of them. I see someone was out before him, and that is George Fauché. That's going to be the one to set the benchmark for everyone to try and beat. The sole South African has made the group qualifying, as his teammate Sarah van der Merwe has not been able to get out to pre-qualifying. And George Fauché, who got the first pole position of the season, however, he has failed to qualify in the United Kingdom and in Spain. Can he avoid making it 3 in a row here in Belgium? I mean, he is currently sitting 11th in the standings, tied on points with Carlos Sainz and John Jones. However, Sainz and John Jones have had a third place finish, while George Fauché only has 4th. So the count back goes in Sainz and Jones' favour and not Fauché. But here we go, here comes George Fauché coming towards the final corner with Derek Warwick right behind him. What is the benchmark from George Fauché going to be, and what's Derek Warwick's time going to be? Because I imagine Derek Warwick's going to be considerably faster. 150.6 is Fauché's time, 148.6 is Warwick's time. Ricciardi beats that, 147.9. A very good time there from the Argentine. We've got Franz Conrad of Austria, a man who's struggled to qualify so far this season, 148.4. Now Austria having are sitting third thanks to Gerhard Berger in the standings. Franz Conrad trying his best to keep up with Berger at the moment. Ian Duncan goes into 4th for Kenya. His teammate Kirkland, of course, has not made it to the race. We've got John Nielsen of Denmark in 6th, Pawson says for New Zealand, and we've got Joaquim Santos in 8th. So Santos 153.8, Pawson 153.5, and John Nielsen 150.7. As we've got Stefan Johansson 149.6 for the Swede, as Carlos Sainz goes into second with a 148.2, a very good time there for the Spaniard. Malcolm Stewart goes into 4th for New Zealand with a 148.4, 1/10 faster than Thierry Boutsen in 6th, as we've got Antoine Salomon of Switzerland going into 3rd with a 148.4, only to be beaten by David Kennedy of Ireland with a 148.2. As Ayrton Senna, the 1984 champion, only in 8th at the moment with a 148.5, and he's ahead of Derek Warwick. We've got Hideki Okada going to 10th. That pushes Ian Duncan to the bubble. Let's see it. Thorka Thyron goes into the bubble temporarily, but goes to the danger zone because Alboreto does a 147.9. And now Gerhard Berger beats that time, 147.6. So those times are coming in thick and fast. Very fast indeed. So Derek Warwick is now seeing himself in the bubble. With Ayrton Senna right in front of him by a tenth of a second. Oh, he's not going to be anywhere near his fastest time. So not great for Derek Warwick. Yan Yama goes to the 16th. All 22 drivers are set a lap time. So we got Okada Danger, Bernd Schneider, the man who thinks third in the championship standings, in the danger zone. So that's not good news for him or for West Germany. So he's going to have to really floor if he wants to try and keep up with Berger and Mansell here. Speaking of Berger, he's right behind him. He's kind of the fast man on this track at the moment, but Bernstein really needs to get a move on. John Nielsen goes into 15th for Denmark, but it's not enough. He's still in the danger, so Paulson improves his time in 21st for New Zealand. As we're staying on board with the West German, it's surprised to see him not in the top 11 in this group so far. And here we go, coming down sector 2. What's Bernstein's time going to be? He's going to be 9/10ths down. Oh man, he's going to be hard. He's going to be hard pressed to improve his time. David Kennedy has got past Carlos Sainz into 4th for Ireland, so that's good for the Irish team. As Bernstein is flooring it, he's making his way towards the final corner. Okada has pushed Derek Warwick in the danger zone. Ayrton Senna is now in the bubble. Thorka Thyring improves his time, but he's not beaten Schneider to get higher than 14th. And Bernstein making his way toward the line is not going to improve his time. So Bernstein is still in danger of going out. But here comes John Nielsen to make his way towards the finish line. Now, can he get ahead of Ayrton Senna, the man who's kind of sitting in the bubble? Is he going to put Senna in the danger zone? He does indeed, goes into 10th, Senna's in the danger zone, Bootson's in the bubble now, Paulson's for his time goes to the 16th, and Bootson's in the pits at the moment, so he might want to think about getting back out there, because I imagine he's going to have to assume that Senna and Warwick are going to out-qualify him, especially when they're behind him in 12th and 13th respectively. Thierry Bootson's on the track. I think he's realising he's going to have to really think about going for it, and he will have to now, because Bernd Schneider has just pushed Thierry Boutson in the danger zone, with John Nielsen now for Denmark in the bubble. Could be at risk of going out because Senna and Warwick are out on the track to set flying lap times. John Nielsen is 4/10ths down. He could end up pushing Malcolm Stewart into the bubble now. Could be so Malcolm Stewart should be getting nervous. We've got 2.5 minutes left of the session to go, and already for the last spots, if qualifying is definitely becoming very, very intense, especially with the drivers that are at possible risk of going out. Okay, here comes John Nielsen. Oh, he's going to abort the lap. He's going to go into the pits. I'm not really sure why. I guess he wasn't happy with his time, but that could be costly for the Dane. But again, he might want going in and go straight back out again. But either that, he's very confident that Senna, Warwick, Boutson, and anyone else below are not going to beat his time. Here's Senna. Oh, he goes faster than Gerhard Berger in the first sector. This could come back to haunt John Nielsen here. His teammate Thorka Thyring's in the pits, and it looks like Thorka Thyring is not going to be able to come back out again. So I think that Thorka Thyring for Denmark and possibly for New Zealand out. But all focus is going to be on Ayrton Senna. Can he get himself in the top 11? Can he push Nielsen out? Can he beat Gerhard Berger, because he was faster than him in the first sector? This is going to be a very, very intense way to see what's going to happen here. Is Senna going to make it to the top 11? Is he going to beat Berger? He's got Berger right behind him actually to speak, and Ayrton Senna goes, okay, so he's now gone from 1/10 faster to 4/10 behind, but that's still going to be more than enough for him to get in the top 11 and make it to qualifying. George Foshee improved his time for South Africa, but he's all the way down in 19th. Get the hell stuff in your hands though. And here comes Ayrton Senna to come across the final two corners. Where is he going to lie? Ayrton Senna is going to be in fourth position. So that's John Nielsen out. Malcolm Stewart is in danger of going out thanks to Derek Warwick. And here comes Derek Warwick to make his way towards the finish line. See, can he get Stewart out? Can he put Franz Conrad in the dangers, in the bubble? Here goes Derek Warwick to make his way across the line. He does not improve his time. He's just got enough time for one more chance to try and get into the top 11. Thierry Boutsen, same story, does not improve his time. So Malcolm Stewart, as it stands, will just about make it. But Thierry Boutsen and Warwick have one more chance to get past him. Can either of them do it? If both of them do it, then not only will Stewart go out, Conrad would as well. Alboreto has improved his time, but he stays in second, so only 6,000ths of a second slower than Gerhard Berger, but still good. Oh, Derek Warwick 600ths of a second slower than Berger in the first sector. Now that is definitely going to be worrying for Malcolm Stewart. Oh, locking up the brakes there. Hopefully that's not a mistake that's going to cost him too much. As he says, Derek Warwick make his way through sector 2. This is going to be very, very intense here for the British team and for the New Zealand team. Is it going to be Warwick? Is it going to be Stewart that goes through? George Foshi to prove this time again. He goes into 18s, but Foshi is definitely out for South Africa. Derek Warwick through sector 2, 8/10 of a second down. Okay, this is getting very, very tight now. 8/10 of a second. Ayrton Senna proves time, he stays in 4th. Santal of Portugal proves time, but he's well and truly in last position. But here comes Derek Warwick. Last couple of corners. Is he going to be able to get into the top 11? And coming across the finish line, Derek Warwick is going to be out. It's not enough for Warwick. That is it. What about Thierry Boutsen? Is he going to make it in? He does. He goes into 7th, and that is Malcolm Stewart right at the end of the session out. Oh, what a very dramatic ending to the session. So, Gerhard Berger wins the second group. Michele Alboreto second. Jorge Recalde third for Argentina. Ayrton Senna goes into 4th. David Kennedy 5th for Ireland. Carlos Sainz is 6th. Thierry Boutsen right at the very end is 7th. Antoine Salomon is 8th for Switzerland. Hideki Okada 9th. Bernstein 10th. And Franz Conrad gets that final spot into the race. Which means we say goodbye to Malcolm Stewart right at the very end. John Nielsen, Derek Warwick, Thorke Thiring, Possum, Yanni Yama, George Foshi, Ian Duncan, Stephanie Hansen, Alicia Salazar, and Joaquim Santos. So with that breathtaking ending to this qualifying session, let's now move on to the grid position to see who made the top 3 spots, who's going to get the bonus points, and where everyone else stack up on the grid. As onto the grid, Alan Prost and Gerhard Berger on the front row of the grid, with 3rd place going to Michele Alboreto and Philippe Streiff is 4th. 5th is Jorge Recalde, Ayrton Senna 6th for Brazil. Row 4, Nelson Piquet, David Kennedy with Carlos Sainz and Thierry Boutsen around for your top 10. In 11th is Heinrich Jr. and Antoine Salomon is 12th. 13th Joachim Mass, Hideki Okada takes 14th. 15th Bernd Schneider, Franz Conrad is 16th for Austria. 17th is Nigel Mansell, Derek Daly is 18th. 19th Boy Rahal, John Jones is 20th, and at the back of the grid is Timo Sutherland and Pierre Didon. With Nigel Mansell leading the way by 15 points, but he's starting quite low down the grid. Will this be a disadvantage for him, or will he be able to make up the places to keep his lead secure? Or will Gerhard Berger or Michele Alboreto be able to jump in and take the lead off him? Without further ado, let's get into the race and we will find out. And here we are, it's finally time for the race here at Spa-Francorchamps with Alan Prost in pole position, Gerhard Berger in 2nd and Michele Alboreto getting the final bonus point in 3rd position ahead of Philippe Streiff of France. Now coming to this round, Nigel Mansell's lead is reduced to 13 points with Gerhard Berger qualifying in 2nd. Nigel Mansell is starting this race in 17th position, while the driver in 3rd in the championship is Bernd Schneider, who will be starting in 15th position. So this is a good advantage for Gerhard Berger to not only get a decent finish but also to probably overtake Nigel Mansell in the Drivers' Championship. What can Schneider do? What can Nigel Mansell do? Without further ado, let's get to this race and we will find out. As we have got 29 laps of Spa-Francorchamps to get through. As we get ready for Spa-Francorchamps now. And it looks like a pretty good start there for Alain Prost. He's definitely going to hold on to the lead. But here comes the Italian of Michele Alboreto to try and get to second position. I think he's just got past Gerhard Berger. Looking towards the back, I think everyone's got through the first corner safely, so it's Prost leading. Gerhard Berger does hold it to second, Alboreto third. Very straightforward, but he's under pressure from Jorge Recalde of Argentina, who's got the two Brazilians of Piquet and Senna right behind them. And then we've got David Kennedy 8th, Carlos Sainz 9th, and Thierry Brisbane at the top 10. And I think here comes Gerhard Berger trying to take the lead of this race already. And yes, Gerhard Berger has just got past Alain Prost for the lead. There's Alboreto third. He's going to follow the car back to the pit before it's too late. But here, that's Philippe Street 4th, Recalde in 5th, 6th is Ayrton Senna, Nelson Piquet 7th, David Kennedy 8th, Carlos Sainz 9th, and Ludwig Heinrich of Canada rounds the top 10. As Nigel Mansell's got past Franz Conrad of Austria into 16th position. What about Bernd Schneider? Where is he? He is 14th. He's right behind Hideki Okada of Japan. Meanwhile, his teammate is right behind him in 15th position. And meanwhile, we come to start lap 3. Gerhard Berger 151.2. Will anyone beat that time? Yes, actually, we have. No one beat Gerhard Berger. Sorry, I thought I saw someone else beat his time, but no, it turned out no one has. And Michele Alboreto is losing touch of Alain Prost and Gerhard Berger. The gap's now up to about 1.7 seconds between him and the top two drivers. And coming across the line, Berger did improve his time, but he's still slightly faster than Prost. A lot of people in the 152s here, so they're really not as quick as the top, I think, top 6 or 7 drivers here. There might not be very many overtakes for a while, I don't think, not towards the front. Gerhard Berger gets the fastest lap, 151.217, half a tenth faster than Prost. So Prost and Berger are pretty much setting the pace for everyone to try and beat, and they're just not able to do that. Everyone's is considerably down in the 52s and 53s, it looks like. As we're on to lap number 5 of 29, so we're about 1/6 of the way into this race. As we go check on Philippe Street, he's closing in Alboreto. Can he get a move on him? Can he get to third? Not quite, but Ayrton Senna's going to try to do the same with Recalde. And Recalde's going to be able to hold off the possession, it looks like. We're going to overtake for the battle for 10th. That's between Boutsen and Heinrich. But here goes Ayrton Senna, he's under pressure. He's got Nelson Piquet though, who's going to try to take the possession off of him. Nelson Piquet has just got past his own managed to pass his teammate. Philippe Street not be able to do it with Alboreto. So Ayrton Senna losing out to his own teammate as Piquet is pulling about half a second gap already. And meanwhile, towards the back end of the points, Ludwig Heinrich heads ahead of Thierry Boutsen. Which so interesting battle we got there for the back end of the points. Meanwhile, these Prost closed in on Gerhard Berger quite a bit. In fact, he's got the fastest lap, 150.9. I think that was about 7 tenths of a second faster. So, what on earth happened to Gerhard Berger? He's had a bit of a slow lap there. Okay, they're about to come to the Eau Rouge, so we're going to check on Philippe Street once again. He'll be wanting to try and battle with Alboreto, see if we can get that possession off of him. And further down, we'll have the same story with Piquet and Recalde. Oh, but Alain Prost is going to try to make the move on. Gerhard Berger is going to try to do it. No, he's not going to be able to, but here comes Philippe Street though. He's going to try to make the move on Alboreto. And not going to be able to do it, but Nelson Piquet, he's going to try to get it past Recalde. He's going to team with Ayrton Senna, who's in his mitts. And they're coming to the hairpin. And Ayrton Senna not going to be able to do it, he's had the door shut on him. And now we've got Ludwig Heinrich and Thierry Boutsen battling once again for 10th. They've got Antoine Salomon of Switzerland right behind them. But it looks like Heimer's going to hold to the position. PK has not been able to get past Ricaldi, and Philly Street has failed to get past Michele Alboreto for the time being. Looking further down the field, Nigel Mansell is still unable to get past Joachim Mass for 15th, stuck in 16th position. Schneider's still in 14th, so it's not going to help. So this is going to do Gerberger a huge favour, since these two are still stuck outside the top 10 positions. And coming towards the start finish line, Berger 151.9, 151.9, all identical times between them. 152s from Alboreto and Streif, 152s from Penetrelli down the field. So they're really losing touch of the top two drivers. So it's really going to be between Berger and Prost for the race win here in Belgium, it looks like. Philly Streif, 7/10 down. He don't think he's close enough to try and make another attempt to pass the Italian. But here's the Elsa Piquet. He's going to try and make the pass on Ricaldi. I think he'll be able to pull it off this time round. But here comes Alboreto, is under pressure on Streif again, but as I suspect, Streif is not going to be able to do it. But Nelson Piquet has managed to get past Ricaldi, so that is Piquet into 5th position. And further down we've got Heinrich and Boutsen once again battling for 10th, and I think too Boutsen may be able to pull it off. As they come towards the hairpin, Boutsen's on the inside, but it looks like it might end up going in Heinrich's favour. Or no, Boutsen's going to pull it off. So Boutsen has got past Ludwig Heinrich, and that is Boutsen back into 10th for Belgium. And we've got Ricaldi under a bit of pressure for Senna. Andy Kennedy's right behind there as well. As they come towards the start finish line, Prost was faster than Berger at last lap, by the way. So Ricaldi could be in a bit of bother. He's got Senna, David Kennedy, and Carlos Sainz right behind him. Two Boutsen doing a personal best at 151.9, so that's a really quick time. Heinrich 154, so he's had a really bad lap there, the Canadian. And two Boutsen is pulling substantially away from the Canadian, so he's not going to have any problem with losing 10th position to Heinrich again. And here comes Ayrton Senna to make the move on Ricaldi. Is he going to make the pass? Streif once again going to try and make the move on Alboreto, and again not succeeding. And Ayrton Senna putting the pressure on. Is he going to pull this off? Oh, it's hard to say. Oh, I think Ricaldi's just about held on to the possession. This David Kennedy though, is he going to try to capitalise on this? Oh, Kennedy's going for the move on Ayrton Senna for 7th. A brave move there for David Kennedy. I think he may have actually got the move. Oh, going a bit wide there. Oh, side by side action there between Kennedy and Senna. And Senna might just about pull it off. Oh, going a bit off the track is Kennedy, but yeah, he's had to concede defeat, and Ayrton Senna hangs on to 7th for now. What a battle between Kennedy and Senna that was there. Because Kennedy wasn't going to yield, and Senna certainly wasn't going to yield either. Straight for you, T. Boutsen. 150.8 gets the fastest lap. Oh, he's right behind Carlos Sainz now, actually. What a good time there for Thierry Boutsen in his home race. But anyway, it's going to try and get past Ricaldi. Oh, I think 8 times a second. He's not going to be close enough to be able to do it. But Maggie's going to try anyway. Like how Streif is going to try and get past Alboreto once again. Philippe Streif is not willing to give in on getting past the Italian. And there's Alan Prost trying to put the pressure on his Berger, but not be able to do it this time round. Philippe Streif's going to try to make the move, but he's not going to be close enough. And here's Ricaldi under pressure on Ayrton Senna now. Is Ayrton Senna going to make the move on Ricaldi? Is he going to be able to do it? Oh, I don't think so. Doesn't look like it, but here comes David Kennedy. David Kennedy once again wanting to try and challenge Ayrton Senna. Oh, but is he able to pull it off? Going around the left-hander. Oh, he goes a bit wide, but Senna's right next to him. Oh, it's gonna be an intense battle between Ireland and Brazil once again. And it looks like the Brazilians are going to come out later on. Actually, Carlos Sainz was actually looks like he was going to try and make a cheeky manoeuvre on the Irishman for 9th, but well, for 8th, sorry. But I guess he thought better, but he decided to back off for now. So we're good. So we'll be at a stage now where we're going to see if they'll just do pit stops. Oh wow, Philippe Streif. Looks like he was going to try and make a move there. but not able to do that. But anyway, we're now halfway to this race. Let's see who's been the biggest gain and losses in this race. So the biggest gain in this race, it is Pierre de Daune. He's gained 4. He started last, but he's gained 4 positions to be into 18th place. And the next biggest gains are PK and Rahal. They both gained 2 positions each because they started 7th and 19th respectively. The only big loser is Franz Conrad, who's in last place for Austria, losing 6 positions. And the next biggest loser is Joachim Mass, who's only lost 2 positions. So not been too crazy on who's gained and lost positions, but still. Okay, wait for the board to fix itself before we can. Okay, so the board is now fixed itself. Okay, so the point we're going to start doing pit stops. Oh, hang on, this is the Piquet's got past Philip Street, and Dave K's passing in Senna. Oh no, we missed all that. So that is Nelson Piquet up to 4th, and that is Senna down to 8th. Okay, so big win for Brazil and Ireland, but it's a bit of a loss for France there, because, well, not really, because Prost is 2nd, but still, that's such a bummer that we didn't get to see that because we were busy looking at the board. Yeah, okay, I think it's fair to say the board has broken itself, so we can switch to this board here because it's a bit more reliable for the time being. Okay, so sorry about that, people. I have no idea how that's happened. I think it's just a bit of lag that's occurred in this game, which is. But anyway, here comes Alboreto. Has been under pressure from Nelson Piquet. Oh, well, the best silence of Piquet, but he has got past. Oh, here comes Philip Street. He might go past Alboreto now. Oh, what about what about Ricciardi? He looks like he might try to get a bit of the action, but Philip Street might actually finally get past Nelson Piquet. No, Nelson Piquet. Michele Alboreto. Yes, he has that. Oh, he has. So Alboreto drops down to the 5th. Ricciardi might have to try to put him under pressure. How things have changed. Let's check that. No, okay, that board is still broken. But now Philip Street's going to try and make the move on Nelson Piquet now. What's going to happen here? I'm not actually sure. As they're coming down to the hairpin. Okay, I don't think anyone's going to try to make an overtake down here. So it's Berger leading, 3.2 second lead. Piquet in 3rd. Philip Street is 4th. Alboreto is 5th. Ricciardi is 6th. David Kennedy is 7th, Ayrton Senna 8th, Carlos Sainz is 9th, and Thierry Boutsen rounds off your top 10. Yeah, how is this I still don't understand how this has happened. Like, how has this board broken again? Because it happened in the first race, and here comes Gareth Bowers coming to the pits. Oh, but Prost is staying out. Okay, interesting. So Prost is going to stay out. PK is coming into the pits. What about Piquet? Is he coming into the pits in this lap? No, he's staying out. You know, when this train's going to come in the pits. No, so it's just Berger. He's going to come out of the. He's just. Okay, so he's about to make a stop. Where is he going to come out? Straight in and straight out. He looks like he might be 10th. Will it be 10th position? Okay, he's actually going to come out in 7th, so he's ahead of a few drivers. We've got Ludwig Heinrichs coming to the pit. So is John Jones, it looks like. No, John Jones, no. It's Ludwig Heinrichs coming to the pits. So at the back, I think that was David Kennedy's coming to the pits as well. Okay, so Prost's got a bit else to do. Gareth Berger has got traffic he's going to have to deal with, but he's going to try easily get past David Kennedy, it looks like. Yeah, so Berger's made his way back into 6th position. But Ayrton not able to get past Kennedy here. Oh, but Boutsen and Sainz now battling for 9th, and it looks like Boutsen's going to beat out the Spaniard on this one. As we're probably going to start seeing everyone else coming to the pits. So So Alan Prost does have a 10.5 second advantage over Piquet if Piquet chooses to stay out. In which case, I'm pretty sure Piquet would take the lead anyway, but the bigger issue is for him it's going to be Gerhard Berger, who's in 6th. And here we go, we're going to see what's going to happen with Alan Prost. Is he going to come to the pits on this lap? Yes, he is. He's coming into the pits. Will Piquet come in as well, or is he going to stay out for another lap, which could be risky? No, Piquet's coming in, Street's coming in, Alboreto's in. So Berger's going to... Oh, it looks like... I think Berger's going to easily retake the lead of this race. So it's really going to be a question of where everyone else is going to line up. Prost is just making a stop now. Oh, Prost is still in the pits at the moment. Oh, he's taking his time in the pits, so it's not a good sign. Okay, Prost is on the move. It looks like they're kind of second. Alboreto's going to come in third, it looks like. Terry Boutsen could come in 4th. And what about everyone else? So the top 4 are confirmed for sure. Philippe Streif and... So we got someone coming past. That's Ludwig Heinrich is coming out of nowhere. Ludwig Heinrich is coming out of nowhere. He's going to probably go. He's going to 6th. Or he might only be 5th. Oh no, it may be 5th for now. But Heinrich is 5th. 6th is Streif. 7th is Nelson Piquet. David Kennedy 8th. Antoine Solomon is 9th. Joachim Massa in the top 10. Where is Ayrton Senna gone? Senna's dropped to 11th. Sainz is 12th. What's happened to those two? And Nigel Mansell's luck has gone from bad to worse. He's now 19th. What on earth has gone on here with some of these drivers? So some of them had abysmal pit stops. And Gerhard Berger 16.3 seconds ahead of Alan Prost. Wow, so the early pit stop strategy was was by far the best strategy than going the lap later. Because that is some gap between Berger and Prost. Alboreto 3rd, Thierry Boutsen 4th, Heinrich 5th, 6th Philippe Streif, 7th Piquet, 8th Kennedy, 9th Joachim Massa, and Antoine Solomon top 10. So let's look at the board now. And Gerhard Berger 149.5, that's an amazing time. The biggest gainer in the tie for first is between Heinrich and Dodon. They both gained 6 positions each, they started 11th and 22nd respectively. The next big gainer is John Jones, started 20th up to 15th for Canada. And then we've got Joachim Massa and Antoine Solomon Timo Solomon, sorry, who both gained 4 positions each. And the biggest loser, Ricciardi! Ricciardi's gone from being, 5th down to last? What happened to his pit stop? For him to be so low down, he's had an absolute nightmare of a pit stop. The next biggest loser, Canada, he's down to 20th. Franz Conrad's lost 5, he's down to 21st. Man, how this is shaped up is madness. Both madness is broken board, but still. Oh my goodness, that is interesting to see how it's going the way it is. It's Philippe Streif, battle with Heinrich. He's trying to get that 5th position back. Try and get a good result for himself, for the team. Even though his result won't really matter because his team is Prost in 2nd and his 2nd place would count for the nation's table. It's Nelson Piquet though. He's trying to put the pressure back on Philippe Streif once again. And there goes Nelson Piquet. He's made his way past Streif once again to get into 6th position. He's just got to get past Ludwig Heinrich. And Gerhard Berger gets the fast lap again, 149.4. We're on to lap 22 of 29. Been a very, very good race here for a lot of these drivers. So, Thierry Boutsen gets the fastest lap, 149.1. I think the board just broke itself. This board's broken itself here for a bit, but I think it's fixed itself, unlike the other one. But Boutsen gets the fast lap of this race. Ludwig Heinrich 5th, still quite a bit of pressure from Nelson Piquet, but to be fair, Philippe Streif trying to put under a bit of pressure as well. This PK is going to try to see if he can get past Electric Heinrich. Can he get into the top 5 again? And Nelson PK trying to go for the inside line. I think PK may actually pull it off. And it's gonna be tight there. Heinrich is fighting back. I think Nelson PK has just solidified 5th position for himself and for Brazil. But now for the streets, he's going to try and make a move, but not able to do it. Not able to pull it off. Derek Kennedy's fending off Joachim Mansell just fine. It's 1.8 seconds to try and catch Anton Solomon to try and get a point for himself. This is not his style of the defense he's hoping for. Want to try and get a decent finish for himself. John Jones. Let's go to the fast lap. 148.7. John Jones, where have you been, man? You're in 14th place. We're on lap 23. But good to see John Jones getting a fast lap of this race. It's just a shame that we haven't really seen John Jones pretty much for a lot of this race, just because he's so low down the board. And then it's very straight trying to put the pressure on Ludwig Heinrich. Not able to really do it. Joachim Mass tried to do the same with Derek Kennedy, and he's not been successful with the Irishman either. And meanwhile, speaking of not great results, Joachim Mass just got past Derek Kennedy for 8th position. At the last corner, well, Mass just found an opening to get ahead of the Irishman. What a move there from Joachim Mass. Midfield Street, not close enough to try and get past. Definitely not close enough to try and get past Heinrich at this fast section of the track. But I know he's going to try to. What about Derek Kennedy? Is he going to try and? Oh, he's going to try and get the move back on Joachim Mass, try and get that 8th possession back off the West German. Well, first Street is going to go for it with Heinrich, but I don't think it's going to be close enough. No, I don't think so. But here's Joachim Mass and Derek Kennedy. I'm going to be fighting hard here for sure. They're going to come down towards the hairpin. But I think Derek Kennedy's actually managed to pull it off. Yeah, Derek Kennedy's actually got back his 8th possession. Well, fair play to him. I did not think he was going to be able to pull it off. Oh, but how he proved me wrong there. He really proved me wrong. Okay, he goes both in his center. He's going to try to make his way towards. He's going towards the outside. Is he going to pull it off? Oh, Solomon's been spun out. Oh no, it's a disaster for Anton Solomon. Oh, Solomon's not moving. Oh no, is that Solomon out of the race? No. What an intense fight that was between them. It's a shame. Oh, please don't tell me this is how it ends for Anton Solomon of Switzerland. On the inside, just didn't have the room to maneuver. Yeah, and I think that's it for Solomon. Oh, that is so gutting for Solomon, because he was doing so well hanging on to that 10th position. It came right in, made a very Solomon brave move. Oh man, that is you gotta feel for the Swissman. That was a really, really unfortunate ending to a very, very intense fight between him and Senna. But anyway, Bauschneider's up to 12. He's just got to try and find his way past Carlos Sainz. Sainz is 7-6 behind you, Senna. Even Schneider's past Sainz. There's no way he's going to be able to catch up to Senna to try and salvage a point. We've got Berger starting lap number 26. The gap's reduced between him and Prost. It's down to just under 16 seconds, but we've only got 4 laps left of this race to go, so it's not going to matter, I don't think. Well, Berger's going to try and make the move. I don't think it's going to stick, but still. Well, that's going to be a baller for the French team if this is what you see, because you would imagine Prost, with how he dominated before the pit stops happened, that he would be guaranteed second, but it's not guaranteed now. This fifth streak after Ludwig Heinrich, is he going to finally get 6 and hanging on to it? Maybe, but Joachim Mass tried to do the same with Kennedy. I don't think he's been successful. Okay, we're going to the hairpin now. What can Philip Street do? No, he's not going to get ahead of Heinrich. Now we've got Bauschneider. He's under pressure from John Jones now all of a sudden. John Jones, is he going to find his way to 12th, maybe? He might actually. Oh, I think John Jones gone and, yeah, he's just gone and made Bernstein look like he was asleep at the wheel there. We're on to lap 27 now, 3 laps left of this race. It's certainly possible. Here's Alberto. Oh, he's going to try to make the move on Alan Prost. Is he actually going to pull this off? No way is he going to pull this off. No, I didn't think so, but still, what a late charge that is. But Thierry Bunsen might have something to say about it. He might actually try and get ahead of Alboreto. And here comes Philip Streif once again. He is not going to let Heinrich off at all. He's going to keep fighting to the end, but I think Streif has actually pulled it off this time round. Actually, Streif is actually going to have Heinrich. Okay, so Philip Streif has made his way into 6th. And Joachim Mass, here he is trying to make the move on David Kennedy with Aaron Senna right behind him, watching on. There's Alboreto. Could this be his last chance to try to get past Alan Prost? Maybe. But he's absolutely going for it. I don't think it's going to work in his favour. I think he might have to accept defeat and have to settle for 3rd. But what a very, very strong race Alboreto's had. He's was under so much pressure from Piquet and Streif. But he's come out and have the pit stop. So he's just putting a massive fight over Alan Prost for 2nd. David Kennedy trying to make the move on the Canadian, and I don't think he's going to be able to do it. And Joachim Mass is not going to be able to do anything with Kennedy, I don't think. Oh, but Joachim Mass is going to try and go to the inside of the Irishman. Not going to be able to do anything about it either. But anyway, here comes Gerhard Berger. Just a couple of corners left to go. Once he came to the far, got to lead the race right on the off. Just never looked back, and he was just never really was in too much danger of losing the lead. So here comes Gerhard Berger to take the win here in Belgium. What a win for Gerhard Berger. Now, what about the battle for 2nd? Is it going to be Prost? It's going to be Prost going to be 2nd. Alboreto is going to get a well-deserved 3rd place. Thierry Bunsen, what pit stop's going in his favour, is going to get into 4th. What a good race that's been for him. Okay, looking further down, the last fights for the fight for the last points positions. What's going to happen here? Go aboard with Ayrton Senna. Okay, looks like it's going to be Heinrich. It's going to be 7th, Derek Kennedy's 8th, Joachim Mass will be 9th, and Ayrton Senna will get the final point in 10th. And that's just to confirm it, so we're just going to wait for everyone to make the way across the finish line. And here you go, that is the end of a very, very exciting race there. Gerhard Berger takes the win with a time of 54 minutes 1 second. Alan Prost finishes 2nd, just under 18 seconds down. Alboreto a well-deserved 3rd place finish. Thierry Bunsen takes 4th. Nelson Piquet is 5th. 6th is Philip Streif. Ludwig Heinrich, an amazing job for Canada in 7th. Derek Kennedy, another amazing performance for Ireland in 8th. Joachim Mass takes 9th. Ayrton Senna runs in the top 10. And those outside the top 10, we have Carlos Sainz to be in 11th, John Jones takes 12th, Bernstein will be very disappointed to be 13th, Pierre Dodon will be okay with 14th position, Brian Rahal will be disappointed to be 15th, Mansell will be fuming to be all the way down 16th, especially when Gerhard Berger won this race, Derek Daly is 17th, Timo Salen 18th, Hideki Kaz 19th for Japan, Jorge Ricciardi, horror pit stops put him all the way down to 20th. And the last finisher is Franz Conrad of Austria, and Anton Salomon. A very, very exciting battle between him and Senna ended in disaster for him as he crashed out on lap 24. So with that result out of the way, it's time to check the overall standings to see where everyone stands up before we head over to the next race. We are now 4 races into the season, and Gerhard Berger has taken the lead of the championship, being the first driver this season to win more than one race. With 56 points, putting him 12 points clear of Nigel Mansell, Michele Alboreto's impressive 3rd place finish, putting him in 3rd place at 39 points, 10 more than Bernstein and Alan Prost. Moving over to the nations competition, and Austria lead the way by 2 points over the United Kingdom, with both teams sharing 2 wins apiece, with Austria's 9th place finish in Spain going in their favour to help them take the lead of the competition. Italy are 3rd, with Spain 4th, just 1 point ahead of Brazil. That rounds off the top 5. On the other side of the nation's competition, Portugal are still at risk of elimination at the end of the 8th round. So, final thoughts. Well, my first final thought is, what a race that was. Berger and Prost battling a lot at the very start of this race until the pit stops went in Berger's favour, putting him like 16 seconds ahead of the Frenchman, with Alain Prost's second position seeming to be at risk of Alboreto and boosted towards the end of the race. My second thought is Nigel Mansell had a really bad race, and so did Bernd Schneider, which has cost them dearly at this stage of the competition. Of course, there's still 12 races left to go, so they can turn things around, but it's not a great sign if it's a sign of things to come. I guess I've got another final thought, and that is, oh my god, what the hell is wrong with my leaderboard? Because we're 4 races in, and twice this season it's broken. Ironically, we did the 1984 season last year, and I don't think it was broke, so I'm not really sure what's going on there. I'll have to keep an eye on that. Hopefully things will change and it'll stop doing this all the time now. But I hope you're looking forward to the 5th round of the season, as much as I am. We'll see if Gerhard Berger can hang on to his championship lead, or will someone end up taking it off him. Can Nigel Mansell bounce back and reclaim the lead? Can Bernd Schneider bounce back and get himself back in championship contention? What can Michele Alboreto do after an impressive 3rd place finish here in Belgium? Well, I'll see you for the next round, and we'll find out together.